Hey guys, it's Dana checking in for another update, or not an update, sorry, another vlog about life after HCG and finding the balance. So I'm going to just continue this ongoing conversation about finding the balance. I've taken several notes throughout the different books I'm reading, Weight Loss Apocalypse, Fulfilled, Mastering Leptin. It's all really about the same stuff, so I'm kind of just lumping my notes all together. And at some points I kind of forget which is from which book, but it's kind of all related, so it's okay. And you know, I'm not super organized in what I want to say. I just think that having the ongoing discussion about how to find the balance once you've hit P3 and P4, and how that balance works into your life, and of course it's going to be different for everybody. So the first thing I wanted to touch on was the fact that you know, we lose the weight so quickly while we're in P2 for the most part, and I think that, you know, there's baggage that comes along with losing that weight so quickly. I mean, you lose it and then you're like, okay, now I gotta figure out how to maintain this. And, you know, I don't remember which book this was. I think it was in Fulfilled. I read that it takes 10,000 hours of practice to truly master a discipline. So that's equates to, if my calculations are correct, 416 days. So we got to keep practicing this stuff once we complete P2 for, you know, a minimum of 416 days to master it for the most part. So we absolutely cannot assume that this is going to happen in 3 weeks. I mean, I know that Simeon says, you know, it takes 3 weeks to stabilize, but again, guys, I don't think that's necessarily true for everybody. I mean, I definitely do not stabilize well at all, but I stabilize well enough for me and, you know, my goals and what I'm looking to get out of all this. But I think that we just need to have more flexibility in our lives, and we just can't beat ourselves up over 2 pounds. You know, that leads into the whole concept of weight loss apocalypse, and that if we're living our most authentic self and being the best that we can be, not weighing every day. I mean, I know my last vlog, we talked about the whole concept of weighing every day, and I know Robin believes in not weighing every day, but I, like you guys, do agree that when you're in the beginning of your maintenance, and that could be last 6 months, that could even last a year for some of us, weighing every day is an important tool for just our minds and where we're at and how to stay on track, and that's fine. But I think as long as we are living our most authentic self and being the best that we can be, I think that we are off to such a better place of living. So with that, you know, 416 days, that's just, you know, we all have heard it over and over again. It didn't take, you know, we didn't get to where we are overnight. So we really do need to take a step back and slow down. And within that 416 days, we have to do a lot of like reconnecting and not losing sight of our goals and finding the accomplishments to be proud of, focusing on what's going right. We're always so focused in this culture on what's going wrong, and especially in the weight loss world, we just want to assume that, like, you know, we're going to beat ourselves up if we had a bad day because of what we ate. It's so silly. We have to get out of this process of being connected to the food, and just like Robin says in, I think, her most recent vlog, that we can't be controlled by this. We have to find the good in it all. Yesterday I posted a quote, not a quote, just a thought on that I think I got from Robin's book, no, from the Fulfilled book, about plateaus and how they're good for us. You guys, a plateau is a good thing. We have to see the good in it. It is our body's way of stabilizing where it's at, so that everything can catch up, and then it will allow you to move on. We have to be able to see the good in this. If we continue to focus on the negative, you guys, it's just, you're just continuing this cycle of beating yourself up and being controlled by the weight loss industry. And, you know, like Robin was saying, you got to find who you are without this weight loss stuff. You have to find your soul and what's important to you regardless of what you weigh, because the truth is, you guys, I am the same person that I was at 175 pounds, but I'm definitely more educated, I'm definitely more liberated, I'm definitely on top of my health, and I'm more focused on living a healthier me. Then with that, I think, becomes living a more authentic self and finding how to be the best you. So, I think, you know, we definitely need to work really hard on focusing on what's liberating and what's, and instead not what's debilitating us. For instance, so many of us for years and years and years, and probably many still do, use exercise as a punishment. We exercise the day after we like had a big meal, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's necessarily anything wrong with it, except in how you're thinking about it. So continue to exercise, but don't use it as a punishment. Use it as something that's liberating, something that's making you feel great, because it does, you know, and we have to focus on those little things, because all those little things, you guys, are going to matter. They add up, and it's going to, again, it's going to contribute to a more authentic you. Let's see, what else did I write notes about? Yeah, about reassessing your goals. So yes, when I started at, you know, 100 and 175 range, my goal was to just take weight off because it was debilitating. Yes, clothes didn't fit well, and yes, it was hard to get dressed in the morning, and, you know, things brought me down, but really I just wanted to take that first layer off. So once I was able to do that and then continue after a few rounds, now I'm kind of at the core, and now I want to focus on the core. So what does that mean for me now? Am I at, you know, the most ideal weight I can possibly be? I don't know, probably not. I'm sure I could be lower, but I'm not going to focus on that right now. What's important to me right now is, you know, I definitely want to maintain a really good ratio of fat to mass, lean muscle mass. So I've refocused my goals to being about the balance of fat in my body. So I have stepped up my workouts a lot, working out a lot more than I have in the past year for sure. Really hardcore cardio workouts, starting to introduce weights more. And so, yeah, it's not going to show good numbers on the scale, but I'm over it. I'm totally over it because I'm feeling so good, and my goals have shifted now. So it's not about the number on the scale. It's about, you know, the pounds of fat, or the percentage of fat that I have in my body, and, you know, sculpting. I really want to sculpt my body. So I'm working on that now. So that's where I'm at in my journey. Let's see, what else did I write notes on here? So, I don't know. I guess, you know, a lot of this is about control and relinquishing control. And I think I read this quote in Fulfilled, I believe it's from, increasing mastery of naturally slim and healthful living and creating your own insurance policy for future success. Let me repeat that. We should aim to increase mastery of naturally slim and healthful living and creating your own insurance policy for future success. So I think that kind of sums it up in a whole wonderful little ball right there that we can hold and that we can attain. You guys, this is attainable. Especially as we go through these phases on HCG, we can get there because it is so possible. So once you get that in your hand, then you're able to figure out who you are and how to live the most authentic you. So I guess that's all I'm going to say right now because I'm coming close to 10 minutes. But again, guys, I want you all to chime in. This is an ongoing, continual conversation about finding the balance and what's next for you and what does that mean? And how can we live in this world that is so focused on, you know, beating yourself up for all this stuff and turn it into positive, you guys, okay? You got to work one day at a time on turning all of this around to make life more positive for you, okay? So I'm really excited to hear what all of you guys have to say. I hope you're enjoying these vlogs, and you guys, this is, if we can't bounce these ideas off of each other, who are we going to bounce them off of? We need each other here for support, so let's use it, okay, you guys? So let's continue to find the balance. Bye.